What if I told you that the story of Daniel in the lion's den is not what you think it is? That ancient scrolls hide secrets most people have never heard of. Tonight, we uncover the chilling truth behind one of the Bible's most extraordinary events, a story of betrayal, divine intervention, and a fate more terrifying than death itself. Daniel was not just a prophet. He was a man of influence, a high-ranking official in the empire of Babylon. But with power comes enemies, and in a kingdom ruled by jealousy and deceit, his devotion to God made him a marked man. Many in the court resented him, envious of his wisdom and unwavering faith. They knew they could not find any fault in his work, so they conspired against his faith. They devised a sinister plan, crafting a law that would force Daniel to choose between his God and his life. The decree was set. For 30 days, no man could pray to any god or man except King Darius. Those who defied this law would be cast into the lion's den. The officials knew this was a trap. Daniel's faith was unshakable, and they were counting on it. And as expected, Daniel did not hide. He did not hesitate. He went to his chamber, opened his windows toward Jerusalem, and prayed as he had always done. But this time, his enemies were watching. That night, the trap was sprung. The moment Daniel's prayer ended, the guards stormed in, seizing him with cold, merciless hands. He was dragged through the streets, accused of defying the king's decree. The people whispered, torn between fear and admiration. King Darius was devastated. He had been tricked. He respected Daniel, valued him, even admired his unwavering devotion. But the law of the Medes and Persians could not be changed. With a heavy heart, he ordered Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. As Daniel was led to his fate, the great stone was rolled away, revealing the dark pit below. The growls of the starving lions echoed through the chamber, their glowing eyes fixed on their prey. The king, his voice barely above a whisper, spoke one last time, "May your God rescue you." Then the stone was sealed and the night began. Inside the den, Daniel stood motionless. The lions circled him, their powerful bodies tense, their hunger undeniable. But something incredible happened. Ancient texts suggest a forgotten detail, that the lions did not just spare Daniel, they obeyed him. It is said that a presence filled the den, something beyond human understanding. The beasts, who moments before had been restless, now lay at Daniel's feet as if recognizing something divine within him. The night passed, but in the palace, the king found no rest. He could not sleep, his mind tormented by the thought that he had condemned an innocent man. The first light of dawn had barely touched the city when Darius rushed to the den. With trembling hands, he ordered the stone to be removed. His heart pounded as he peered inside. "Daniel," his voice was hoarse, filled with hope and fear. And then, from the darkness, came an answer. "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the lions' mouths." Darius's breath caught in his throat. Daniel stepped out, unharmed, his robes untouched, his face calm. The lions remained behind him, still and peaceful. The conspirators who had accused Daniel now stood frozen in terror. Justice was swift. The king, enraged by their deceit, ordered them to be thrown into the very den where they had condemned Daniel. But this time, there was no divine protection. Darius then made a new decree, one that echoed throughout the empire. "Let it be known throughout my kingdom, the God of Daniel is the living God." And so, the story of Daniel in the lion's den became more than just an event. It became a testament to faith, to the power of unwavering belief in the face of absolute terror. Daniel's faith did not save him from the lion's den. It saved him within it. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all. His legacy endured, a reminder that in the darkest moments, when all hope seems lost, true faith will always prevail. But Daniel's story did not end there. His survival sent shockwaves through the empire. Whispers spread through the courts of Babylon. Could it be that the gods of Persia had no power against the God of Israel? The scholars, the priests, and the magicians of Babylon were left speechless. Some sought to discredit the miracle. They said the lions had been secretly fed beforehand, but the execution of Daniel's accusers shattered that theory. The lions were just as hungry as ever, and this time They did not hesitate. It became clear to all what had happened in that den was beyond human explanation. For weeks after his miraculous survival, Daniel kept to himself. He fasted and prayed, seeking wisdom from the God who had saved him. And then, one night, a vision came to him. A terrifying sight beast rising from the sea, kings falling, nations trembling. He saw the rise and fall of empires, the coming of a kingdom that would never end. This vision, now known as Daniel's prophecy, became one of the most debated and mysterious revelations in history. What did it mean? Was it a warning, a glimpse into the distant future? The answers remain a mystery, locked within the ancient texts of the Bible. Daniel continued to serve under King Darius and later under Cyrus the Great. Despite the jealousy of men, despite the trials he faced, he remained steadfast. The Babylonian Empire eventually fell, replaced by the Medo-Persian Empire, yet Daniel's influence endured. He became a trusted advisor to rulers who once sought to destroy his people. He lived long enough to witness the decree that allowed the exiles of Israel to return to their homeland the moment he had prayed for all his life. The story of Daniel is not just about survival. It is about faith that moves mountains, about a man who stood against the greatest empire of his time and emerged victorious not by the strength of his hands, but by the power of his God. And so his legacy lives on, a beacon of hope for all who face trials, reminding us that no matter how dark the den, the light of faith will never be extinguished. Want to hear more Bible stories? Then subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and share this video so more people can learn these stories.